Kermit wants to do it. Okay.
Just tell people I just woke up.
Yeah.
You had breakfast with Madonna.
I'm having my morning tea. I feel so rested.
E aí? Seus fela. Bom, se no último vídeo que a gente tava falando dos clipes de Like a Prayer, Madonna tava fazendo a linha Senhor, eu sei que tu me sondas, assim que se inicia os anos 90, a Madonna vai pra agora eu tô solteira e ninguém vai me segurar. Daquele jeito! Terminadas as filmagens de Dick Tracy, Madonna saiu em turnê com a The Blond Ambition Tour e aproveitou para filmar tudo que tinha lá. Partiu da Madonna essa ideia de filmar os bastidores do show e ter toda a sua vida filmada tipo um Big Brother. Vale constar que naquela época não existia Big Brother, então a Madonna é muito pioneira também nessa parte aí. E na estreia do filme, Madonna aproveitou para lançar outro clipe. Madonna quase foi presa por conta da música Like a Virgin. Não a música, e sim o que ela faz durante a música. No show da Blond Ambition, ela fazia menções que estava se masturbando, e aí ameaçaram prender ela. Então Madonna aproveitou para lançar essa performance como clipe e divulgar mais ainda o filme. Tanto que eles editaram esse clipe para justamente ter na introdução dele o Christopher, que é o irmão dela, avisando: é melhor você não tocar a sua virilha. E ela fala: mas por que, meu anjo? Porque senão você vai ser presa. Ela fala: eu não vou mandar meu show. Bora. A MTV, muito espertinha, tava seguindo a Madonna por onde ela fosse.
Yeah. I told your brother earlier, and he had said that he's out here because who knows if she'll ever tour again. Do you not enjoy going out and doing this?
That's what he said he's out here for?
Well, he didn't really put it quite that way, but he led me to believe that, maybe you would be...
I certainly wouldn't tour in this capacity. I mean, this one really wore me out.
Why so? Was it the rain? Was it the...
No, not this show, this tour.
Yeah.
This, putting it together, because I really put a lot of myself into it. I think it's a real personal statement, and it's much more theatrical than anything I've ever done. And I think that it is much more of a theater piece.
No.
And in that respect, I had to pay a lot more attention to detail with set and costume and lighting and stuff, and it just took a lot out of me.
Does everyone get that sort of thing, you think, around the world? I mean, you're going to be going around the world. Do they understand the concept of theater? Do you think the Japanese understand it the way Americans do or the French do?
I don't know if they're going to look at it and say, oh, this is like theater, but they're certainly going to be affected the way I think theater affects you, in that there's a kind of catharsis, like from beginning to end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a piece where we don't have to stop, at the end of every number and people applaud. I mean, we could really do the show without audience interaction, which a lot of concerts rely on. So.
Yeah. Were you worried tonight?
Except if it's raining, then I have to sort of ad-lib.
You were worried tonight, it's like Friday the 13th, that the rain is pouring down.
I did.
Dangerous up there, or what?
It was extremely dangerous, yeah.
I mean, really, somebody could have fallen off and died, or broken their leg, or
Well,
something.
I have a dancer who's injured right now. She twisted her ankle in a rehearsal, so I felt like a protective mother through the whole show, watching all the dancers and singers. I mean, I wasn't really paying attention to the audience as much as I'd like to, because I just wanted everyone to get through the show and not get hurt.
Yeah. You've become a real dancer. I mean, I don't mean to say that you weren't before, but you've really been working at that. I mean, it's obvious on this tour that
Well, I'm working it in the show.
you've really got the stuff,
Thank you. But I have been working on it, yes.
But I mean, do you feel that too, that you really...
But it helps. I mean, I hired a lot of dancers who were very helpful and collaborative in the choreography.
Yeah.
And everybody's different in the show, and I think everybody said, okay, now we're going to do this, and so whoever was good with that particular style of dancing worked with everyone else to get it right.
Yeah. Do you have this show really sums up, I mean, the Like a Prayer album in a way. You're doing stuff. America's in a very regressive phase, and it's very sort of black and white. It's anti-gay. We've really gone back to the 50s, and the stuff you're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, do you get bad messages from people out there? Do you get any
Well, I just started.
But I mean, the record has been out. I mean, the songs on the record are like that. Do the videos convey that kind of?
I know the moral majority is up in arms against me, but
Congratulations.
the people, yes, consider it an achievement. But I think that I'm offending certain groups, but I mean, I think that people who really understand what I'm doing aren't offended by it. Because it's pro-life,
Yeah.
you know. It's pro, equality, it's pro-humanity. So,
I mean, you despair.
and that's not really the mood America's in right now.
What do you think that is? I mean, how did people come out of the
It's fear of AIDS. I mean, it's just this, it's like turned everybody into these like 50s monsters, you know.
Go ahead.
What? No, that's my opinion. That's
Yeah.
why everything's changing.
What do you think AIDS has just allowed like the right wing to come in and say, well, see, that's what it leads to?
Yes, it has. It has, but see, then the people who don't really know that are sort of following onto it and saying, oh yeah, that's why. You know what I mean? It's a small group of people who are leading people in that direction.
Yeah. Is it hard for you to try and convey these ideas in a stage show and still have like Gaudier costumes and stuff and be entertaining?
Well, I'm not interested in hitting people over the head. I think that, I'm not militant anything, and I don't want to be pedantic. You know, to me, it's more interesting if you interject humor in all the messages. That way, people get what you're saying, but they sort of get it. Laughing. You know. There's irony in everything that I do. So,
Yeah.
in the show.
So you're saying, well, always leave them laughing, kind of thing.
Well, I just think it's better to to have humor. That's all.
Yeah.
A sense of humor, and not take yourself too seriously.
But there were like 3 new songs in there, which I gather are from Dick Tracy.
Mm-hmm.
How many songs were done for Dick Tracy? Were they done in a certain style for the movie?
Yeah.
Or
Well, the first song that I do in the show is Stephen Sondheim, and the other 2 I wrote. So.
Sorry, can you say that again, please? The first song I wrote for the noise. Thank you very much.
The first song in the show is a Stephen Sondheim song, and then the other 2 I wrote, trying to keep in the period vein with a sort of modern feel to it. So, but there's 12 songs on the soundtrack.
Yeah. Is that what the album I'm Breathless is going to be? Like all stuff out of Dick Tracy, or will it be?
Well, some of the songs are in the movie. The rest are just inspired by the movie itself, the period aspect, the cartoon aspect, the gangsters, the characters, and who I was in the movie.
Yeah. Why Stephen Sondheim? Besides the fact he's like such a great songwriter. Are you a long time fan? Did you know him?
I know him now. I didn't really. I knew who he was before I did the movie, but I was introduced to him and worked with him, and I really respect him.
Did you have any difficulty convincing Gaudier to come up with unusual designs for the clothes in the show, or was he?
No, he's very creative, and we collaborated on anything. I actually sent him drawings originally about what I wanted, which were the first. A lot of the costumes were like inspired by my stick drawings.
Yeah.
And then he kind of elaborated and threw his stuff in.
Your stick drawings?
Yeah, I'm not a good artist.
I thought art may have run in the family.
No, unfortunately, and all my brothers and sisters are good that way except me. This is my compensation.
Have you seen? I hope this isn't a
I'm a loser in the family.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you are. Do you keep? Is the family close? Do you guys still get together a lot?
Oh, all the time, yeah.
What are they all doing? Like in a word, in a sentence, or something?
Trying to make it. There's in New York and LA.
Have you seen Sandra's movie at all? Because I don't know what you thought. I thought it was brilliant.
I saw a rough cut of it.
Yeah. I talked to her and she said, I think Madonna was a little shocked when she first saw it. I don't know what she thinks.
Well, I was shocked, but that's what Sandra does best.
Yeah.
But I do think it was very brave, and nobody certainly has ever done it before. And I think I was just taken back by the format of it, because with Sandra's live stuff, that's the thing about her stuff. You never know if she means it or she's making fun of herself, So maybe cinematically it had a more disturbing effect on me. You know what I mean?
Also, she had the Martika reference.
We gotta tell him to
You yell at the door, shut the fuck up, alright? Also, too, Kurt,
Yeah.
we're not using the sound bites. We should
She's
talk.
not butt off today. I deserve a drink.
Okay.
Hey, Beth, we're not done yet. Roll.
I'm rolling.
Thank you.
Shut the door, please.
Close the door. Whenever you're ready, Rick.
Okay.
Liz is coming in. Stand by.
Okay.
That's good.
Go ahead.
Did you have a lot of input into the dance stuff here? I know you have a dance director, but do you get down with these people and say, well, I want to convey this? I mean, is it a matter of saying,
Yeah.
I want to convey stuff, or you actually show them steps? Or?
Well, no, my contribution was, this is how I want to present this song. And we put the songs together so that there was an arc, an emotional arc in the show. It starts off this way and it ends this way. And I basically thought of sort of vignettes for every song and how this is what I want to do in this song. And I would talk to Vince about the costumes and the feel that I wanted, and then he would fool around with it for a while. And then based on what song we were doing, he would pull a dancer or two who he thought were good at this kind of stuff, and they would collaborate together and come up with it. And then I'd come in and say, I like this, I don't like that.
Yeah.
And
Think you're inventing any new dance steps here? Will we be seeing this stuff on the streets anytime soon?
well, I think that a lot of people haven't seen voguing, and I think that should make an impression on people, and I think it'd be great if everybody starts doing it. I think it's
Yeah.
great.
I mean, voguing was going to be a big thing.
It was, but it didn't make it, so maybe it will have another chance.
Why do you think it didn't?
Because they didn't have a spokesperson like me.
And why are you promoting it then?
Because I love it.
What's so appealing about it? We're trying to get behind voguing.
Well, you know what, I love it.
Also, you know.
I think it has a lot of humor to it, too. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just so sort of arrogant and there and presentational, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
self-conscious in a way, and I think it's hilarious. I really do.
I wanted to ask you about Oh Father.
You can't make noise, man. Okay? Please. Go
Oh,
ahead,
chill
Beth.
out.
It's been a long day, baby.
Yeah, well, I lived the day, too.
I want it to be right.
Were we there? Anyway, yeah, I wanted to ask you about Oh Father, which I think is like the most amazing video. Has your dad seen this? I mean, did he have any response to all this?
Well, to tell you the truth, I don't know if he's seen it. I'm kind of afraid to call him up and ask him.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, are there character aspects to it? It's not like your life line for line, or
No, it's not, but it's a lot of stuff in the story is drawn from my life. I mean, it's a combination of my father and other men that I've known. So
Okay. And you haven't talked to him since about this?
I talk to him all the time, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's sort of unspoken, and we don't really. My father doesn't call me up and say, "Hey, I just saw your video on MTV." I mean, he never does
Yeah.
that. He just kind of tries to treat me like all my brothers and sisters. And,
That must be difficult, I would imagine.
well, he does it.
Have you heard from any other people that crop up on the album? I mean, you're talking about a lot of stuff in your life, and people say, I saw myself in that song.
I mean, yes, I hear. I mean, people I don't really know say I could really relate to them and stuff.
Yeah.
No one really close to me.
Do you find that around the world? I mean, if you're in Japan, do you have kids coming up saying, well, it would be hard to understand, I suppose.
Not in Japan. Huh? No one's really spoken to me in Japan. They
Really?
just stare a lot.
It's a lonely life, that's awful. Do you still think of yourself as a Catholic?
Sort of a fallen Catholic. Yeah.
Did you get any hate mail or anything for doing active contrition, or well, not hate mail, but I mean, did you get?
If I did, no one gave it to
Did
me.
your aunts call you up or anything like that?
No. No, my relatives never call me up and say they didn't like something. I suppose if they don't like it, they just gave it to themselves.
But you don't go to church or anything anymore? Right?
No, I'm not a practicing Catholic. But once you're a Catholic,
You're always a Catholic, right?
As you know, Kurt.
Actually, that's true, but yeah. Okay. Oh, careful. I wanted to ask you about Till Death Do Us Part 2. I mean, do you still believe that love is a possibility? I mean, you're not soured on the whole concept? Well, okay, it is a possibility. I'm sorry, but I mean, do you think of it differently now than you did?
Well, there was a point of view in the song. I
Yeah.
mean, that you just keep going back for more shit. No. I was just sort of describing a situation, not
Yeah.
condoning it. You know?
But I mean, you don't feel soured by
No.
an experience that millions of people go through all the
No.
time.
No, absolutely not.
Have you found love again?
Have I found love again?
Yes.
Yes, many times.
Since then?
Many times since then.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Gee whiz. God, what an enterprising woman. Okay.
Mhm. That's what they say.
You had said once when you were doing Speed the Plow, you were dandling some babe on your knee, I think, a child, and say, well, this is my next project. I don't know if you remember this or not, like the Madonna baby.
I was in a capricious mood.
Oh, okay. So we shouldn't take that.
Well, my next project was not that. So.
No, it turned out to be a movie and an album. But
Mhm.
I just wondered if you were still, I mean, you want to have kids at some point? Or?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, my next question is, would they be with
Please
Barbara?
don't ask me with who.
This is because Warren Beatty did this interview with Barbara Waller. It's a really terrible interview, but he did this interview, and he said he wants to have kids too. And well, naturally the question would arise, would you be having them together, perhaps?
Well, I just really can't comment on that.
I thought I had to try. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
So, are you prepared to do you think this show will change by the time it arrives in the States? I mean, is this sort of why do you come to Japan to start tours? I mean, a lot of people do.
It just worked out time-wise. I mean, it's easier to go, if you go to Europe, it's easier to start from Japan and sort of go in one direction than to sort of hop all over the place and change time zones and stuff.
I mean, was it your idea to be the first actor to ever play this place out in
No.
Chiba?
I would prefer to be indoors, really, because I knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
Last time I came to Japan, the exact same thing happened, only we didn't do the show.
Yeah.
And I was not going to, go through the same thing again. I was so depressed.
Yeah. I mean, did you find that after opening nights, I mean, I think everyone does, that things change, you'll look at something and say, that doesn't work, this does work, I mean, you change
Well,
things.
yeah, but, I mean, there was so much rain that it's really hard for me to know what did and didn't work in the show, because I was dealing with another element, you know what I mean? And I was just trying to get through the show and not break my leg and watch over the dancers, so.
Yeah. Can you tell me how you work with Patrick and Stephen as in producing and songwriting, or are you the person who's in charge, or is it a total equal collaboration? I understand. I learned today that you play guitar and keyboards, and I never knew that.
An equal collaboration? I suppose in the beginning it is, but in the end, I say what goes and what doesn't go.
That's
Because
true. So.
It's me out there, not Steve and Pat. So.
Yeah.
And they understand that.
But I mean, did you trade ideas back and forth? Do you come up with melody lines, or is it mostly lyrics, or
lyrics and melody line?
And to get inspired for all this, are you forced to go out to dance clubs a lot?
No.
Or do you go out to dance clubs a lot?
I do, but I'm not forced to.
I was just trying to be wry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right, or pumpernickel.
Yes, it's true. Yeah. Do you think, since you do go out to dance clubs occasionally, do you see stuff that might be the next voguing? And you see new stuff coming up? You're on top of this, right? You can tell us.
Well, quite frankly, I haven't been out in a couple of months because I've been working on the show.
Yeah.
I don't know what's after voguing. But I'll let you know when I find out.
Can you say I don't know what's after voguing, because your microphone, you lifted your arms scraped a little bit. So I don't know what's after voguing.
No.
Okay.
Good, all right, that's okay.
Are we done?
No.
One more question. The greatest advertising hoo-ha of all time was your Pepsi deal. This was fantastic. You sign this deal, you do your video, you do their little thing, everything's done. You get this tour support, I suppose, and then the video comes out and they go nuts. I mean, what was that all about? Did they just lose their minds, or what?
Well, I think that they were afraid of the controversy that the video was going to cause.
How did they put it to you? I mean, did they say, well, we don't like black guys doing this and with white girls, or was there anything like that?
No, they would never be so honest. They just said they didn't like it. And a couple of people were threatening to boycott the bottling companies in the South.
Yeah,
and
Wildman, I mean, what are we talking about?
Well, I think they were really afraid that this whole thing was going to blow up, and they didn't want to do anything to harm Pepsi, which is a sort of all-American symbol.
Yeah. Were you surprised by this? Or was
Yeah, I was. Because the video is, I mean, there's a fable in the video,
Yeah.
and it's about, you know, standing up for somebody and telling the truth, and I was shocked that they couldn't see that. But
Does it make you wonder about future corporate involvements at all?
does it make me wonder?
Does it make you
I
wonder?
don't spend
does
too
it
much
maybe-
time thinking about it.
Yeah, but I mean, it comes up, right? And
Yeah, sure.
Did this all wind up?
Well, I think people think twice before they ask me to endorse their product. What they see is what they get.
They should have known going in.
They
I
should have.
suppose.
I told them about the video.
How did you describe it? Did you say, "It's me and this guy, and we're"?
I told them what we did.
Yeah.
I told them everything.
Is there a different sort of persona in the songs for Dick Tracy and the film also? I mean, is it a new Madonna?
It's
Thing?
it's inspired by the movie,
Yeah.
so it's kind of in character, my breathless character
Yeah.
for the movie. So yeah.
What attracted you to this? Were you a Dick Tracy?
No.
I don't think it was you.
What attracted me to it?
Yeah.
A good part in a good movie.
Yeah.
I mean, a chance to work with a lot of great talents.
Yeah. Does it resemble, you know, any Blondes you've done previously?
No.
Like Who's That Girl?
No. This movie looks like nothing anyone's ever seen.
In what way?
You
Can you
just have
preview
to
it
see
for
it.
us?
Find out. No. It just looks
Come
incredible.
on.
It's like a 3D cartoon, but it's real. You can sink your teeth into it.
Oh, that does sound good. We'll go see it.
Plug.
Okay.
Okay.
And now I have to eat my breakfast.
E aí a gente inicia Immaculate Collection, que foi um álbum, uma coletânea, que na verdade, apesar de ser mais do mesmo, as músicas foram retrabalhadas e ficaram muito legais. E Madonna mandou um shade pro Papa, porque ela quase foi proibida de fazer um show na Itália por causa do Papa. Madonna deu uma declaração sobre isso e o show aconteceu normalmente.
Basta, per favore! If you are sure that I am a sinner, then let he who has not sinned cast the first stone.
Muito obrigado, até a próxima!